At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Krueger here. Here's your Coffee with Krueger on this Thursday, October 24th. I don't know. I've got calendars all over the place. I couldn't even find one here to read to you, and boy, my hair's a mess again. All right. Good morning to you all. Got the regulars coming in. Lisa, Delinda, Chappie, all saying good morning and hello. Good morning to you. And hey, I want to show you this picture. This was sent in to us by Tracy Sackett, taking a look at some of the fall colors that we're starting to see in the Fall River Mills area. Just beautiful, right? Of course, you've got the some of those yellow colors kind of popping out a little bit here. And by the way, got a resource here coming in from Evan Fisher at Explore Fall, and these are some of the current fall foliage out there as of October 21st, so as of about 3 days ago. So looking at a pretty good representation of what we're seeing out there right now. Looks like we're getting in the peak to past peak, especially to the north and east of the valley. Now the valley is still in that low color phase, although there are some spots in the valley most likely starting to see some of those colors. And then I think as we start going into this weekend, we should start seeing some pretty spectacular colors in Siskiyou County, Trinity County, Del Norte, and Humboldt counties as well. So we'll probably start to see some improving colors there. In fact, let's take you to October 28th. This is kind of the forecast, what's expected. You can see we're getting a lot of that past peak as we go into the east and northeast of the valley. But now we're getting into that peak color, the high and peak color to the north of the valley in Siskiyou County, Trinity. And so this is what I was talking about. Over the next couple of days, even as we go into the weekend, I think we're going to have some beautiful colors out there for you to go out and check out. So be sure to do that. And once again, I want to thank Tracy for sending in that beautiful picture from Fall River Mills. All right, let's take a look at Krueger's Quick Cast this morning on your Thursday, October 24th. It's a cold start to the day. In fact, there's a frost advisory for Del Norte and Humboldt counties this morning, with temperatures most likely dropping down in the low to mid 30s. Now, for central and western Siskiyou County, there is a freeze warning this morning until about 10 o'clock. This morning, as a matter of fact. So it's one of those situations where if you haven't done so already, which it might be too late, honestly, you're going to want to maybe bring in any sensitive plants or vegetation, or cover anything that you can't bring inside, and make sure your pets have somewhere warm to be this morning. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s right now in the valley, but yeah, it's cold start this morning. 20 degrees for Alturas, 28 degrees for Susanville. Sitting at about 25 for Bernie, 29 out in Mount Shasta City, and look at that, upper 30s, low 40s out along the coast right now. So we take a look at the visibility out there. It's actually looking pretty good. We can see, taking a look at Elk Country just north of Trinidad, not looking at much in the way of even the low cloud cover out there. It looks like we are seeing some low clouds. I wouldn't call it really fog, but we are seeing some of those clouds, some high and mid-level clouds in the sky there, but not much in the way of fog or low clouds, if any. So it looks like we have some pretty good conditions there as well. So again, we're going to take a look real quickly here at the visibility. The visibility is still looking pretty good, 10 miles plus pretty much anywhere you go this morning. We take you out the door this morning for your October 24th. Yeah, again, a chilly start to the day. We're talking 20s for most of the higher elevations, although in Trinity County in the low 30s. And for the valley, upper 40s to low 50s at about 8 o'clock this morning. So we do have a storm system off to kind of the left of your screen there. That's going to be approaching, but it's getting weaker as it approaches. So it's not going to bring us any rain, but what it will do is help to open that door for our round of more unsettled weather as we go through next week. But for today, absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures mid to upper 70s in the valley under mostly sunny skies. We've got temperatures in the 50s and 60s to the north and east of the valley. However, in Trinity County, low 70s. For the inland areas, mid to upper 70s. And for the coast, temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s today. We've got more of the same tomorrow and really for the next couple of days. Should stay that way for the valley through Saturday. But now we're starting to see some bigger changes by Sunday. We're going from upper 70s to upper 60s. In fact, mid to upper 60s for Sunday through Wednesday of next week. And a chance for some rain, even for the valley by Sunday and Monday. Now we could see some showers as early as Saturday for places along the coast and some of the inland areas, but most of the rain is going to hold off until Sunday into Monday, and then it looks like it's going to be cool and unsettled with off and on chances for rain through a good portion of next week. We take a look at Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains, and again, that chance for showers on Sunday and cooler. We're talking for Alturas in the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s by Monday through Wednesday of next week. Otherwise, for Susanville, Mount Shasta, in the low to mid 50s. For those daytime highs. So yeah, it's cooling off and we're also seeing some more wet weather out there. By the way, latest coming in from the Shoe Fire, now at 5,129 acres, now at 45% containment. The distances to Lakehead, Big Bend, places like Montgomery Creek, O'Brien, Dunsmuir, all of these distances are not have not changed really over the last several days. And you can see there's really no recent activity. We're seeing less and less activity here over the last several days. We're going into now 6-7 days since we've really seen any activity coming in from the fire. Now the winds, yeah, you may have noticed it this morning. It's a little gusty out there this morning, and that'll probably stick around through midday today. But by the afternoon, I think the wind should eventually start to die down, and then it looks like another semi-breezy day for your Friday with those winds coming in from the south, and Saturday, a little breezy as well. But no major wind events. That certainly is the good news. Still very dry out there today. We're looking at those single digits to low teens. We're talking about the mid-teens for your humidity on Friday. The good news is even though it still be a little breezy on Saturday, the humidity levels may start to go up a little bit, still in the low to mid-teens. All right, take a look at Lake Oroville. And yeah, you've got the clear skies out there this morning. We're going to now take you out to North Forebay, still looking at the clear skies there. It's a little breezy in some spots, but not necessarily out at North Forebay, that's for sure. Take you out to Main Street, Chico on Highway 32. Looks like not much in the way of traffic there. We're taking a look at Highway 99 at Neal Road. Still a little dark out there this morning. I'm looking out. I can barely even see the sun coming up. It's that time of the year, folks. It's still going to be pretty dark this time of the morning, and it's going to get even worse once we set those clocks back in early November. That's coming up here soon. There you can see Sundial Bridge Drive on Highway 44. Of course, this is always a still camera, but you can see where we're seeing most of that. All right, today is Thursday. We have got our NorCal Ag Report, which is sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Of course, I want to thank Lassen Canyon Nursery for their wonderful support for as long as Weather NorCal has been in existence with the NorCal Ag Report. Now, typically we do ag reports, but Nash Ranch, a couple of exciting things have happened this year for Nash Ranch. Number one, of course, you can always go to Nash Ranch and get your pumpkins. Bob is always there. He's there to lend a helping hand and help you weigh out your pumpkins. And, I was just over there yesterday. They still got a lot of pumpkins over there, folks. If you hadn't had a chance, you want to go get out there. But there are some new owners of the haunted house. For those of you that have lived in Redding for a while, you may remember the days when there was that really awesome haunted house at Nash Ranch. Well, that has recently been sold to some new owners, and they have got some great plans and ideas. Of course, they did a great job this year, but they've got plans as we go into next year as well. So let's learn more about the owners and kind of more about their haunted house at Nash Ranch. And then, of course, we'll also learn more about Nash Ranch and how you can get your pumpkins. Because this is actually the last week and weekend that you'll be able to go out and get those pumpkins and go out to the haunted house. So let's take a look at of course, this week's NorCal Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. This is NorCal Ag, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. I've got a big array of people with me here today. I'm going to just kind of start over here, and then we're going to work our way around and have everybody introduce themselves. So you are?
Erica Warmington.
And you are?
Ryan Israel.
And you are Bob Nash. We all know who Bob Nash is, right? So we're going to start with, of course, you guys are the new owners of the new haunted house. You've been working with Bob Nash here. You've been working with the folks over the years, but this is the first time with these folks here, right?
That's right, yeah.
So tell us about your haunted house. What makes it so special?
Well, it's definitely, I think, the best haunted house in the area. We've had a lot of good interviews with customers that have gone through saying that it is the scariest it has ever been. It's definitely a show that everyone should check out before the season's over.
What do you think it is about Halloween that people say, I want to be scared out of my wits? Like, what's that all about? What do you think that's all about?
I think it's just it's fun. It's, you get scared. That jolt of energy just kind of makes you want to beg for more. It's an adrenaline rush for sure.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So again, this is the first year. You're the new owners of this haunted house. Tell me, what are some of the challenges that you've come across here as the first year of ownership?
Definitely just probably getting the place up to standard, getting everything ready for opening, for guests to go through safely, and then also just getting a good assortment of actors together, which we have. We have an amazing set of actors who can just scare the bejesus out of people.
Again, it's never been my forte, but maybe I'll have to check it out and see what it's like here.
Yeah, you really should.
Have you ever gone by and checked it out? Did you go through it?
Well, actually, I hadn't been through for several years, and so I went through last Sunday, the premiere Sunday opening, and so I know my way through pretty well, so I know where to look for actors that are going to come out and scare.
Yeah.
So I try not to be too surprised, but they did catch me on a couple of spots.
There you go. So you guys are the haunted house. You're the owner of this farm. So tell us how it's gone this year with people coming out, getting pumpkins, the works.
Well, it was really hot the first couple of weeks, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah, we have trouble with our weather forecaster.
Well, I do what I can.
Yeah, but it was really hot, and I think that discouraged some people from coming out. So it was a pretty slow start, but we started catching up last week, and we're looking forward to a big catch up this weekend. I think it's going to be busy. We still have a great selection of pumpkins.
Yeah, it looks like it here. And this is the last week and weekend that you'll have your haunted house. This is also the last week and weekend that you'll have open for the pumpkin patch. Right. So kind of tell us what are you hoping that you'll see here as we go in the next few days into the weekend?
A lot of people. Yeah, we have enough parking for 500 cars. So we can handle a crowd. It gets a little busy. Sometimes you got to be a little patient when it gets busy like that. But we're expecting everybody that hasn't been out to get here.
Yeah.
And we'll have the petting zoo and the bounce house and the hay bale maze and the corn maze. The corn maze stays open until 11 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, along with the haunted house. And it has haunts in it as well.
Oh my goodness, it's just haunting everywhere. Yeah. What are we going to do?
If you want to do the corn maze without a haunt, come during the day when it's light.
Then you won't be as scared, right? Well, I think of Children of the Corn, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, and there's always the possibility you won't get out.
Oh, that's kind of scary. Yeah. All right, see, they're laughing because they're the haunted people. Yeah. Right? Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate you taking the time. We're going to also put the times where you can come out here during the week and, of course, the weekend. And we just hope to see you here. This is the last weekend you can come out to Nash Ranch to, of course, get a pumpkin, go to the corn maze, go to the haunted house.
The Dreams of Darkness.
The Dreams. Yes, we forgot to mention. It's called the Dreams of Darkness Haunted House. Yeah. So be sure to come on out here before the fun ends for the season, but you guys will be back next year, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be back.
Bigger and better, I can only imagine.
Definitely bigger, better,
awesome,
scarier.
All right.
We'll leave you with nightmares.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Bob. Thank the two of you, and we'll see you next week for another Ag Report sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Well, just wanted to give you that reminder, when Bob was saying when they opened up for that first weekend in October, look at the temperatures. And again, this is that reminder that the first week in October was well above normal. We saw triple digits You can see on Saturday, that first weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, temperatures were like 100 degrees plus for the most part, and that continued even into Monday. Now, of course, the weekend to follow, it was in the mid-70s and a little bit warm too, even the weekend after that on the 19th. Last weekend, where we saw 91 on Saturday and about 79 degrees on the 20th. And of course, now we're starting to see those temperatures kind of level out again and should be cooler as we go into the week, this upcoming weekend as well. So be sure to go on out there and get your pumpkins, and don't forget that you also have one last few days here. So there's the Dreams of Darkness. If you go to dreamsofdarkness.com, you can go and click on the buy tickets. From there, you can see this is a little bit more information about it. You got the prices from $25, and that's actually a reasonable price. One of the things when I was talking to the new owners is they did want to make it more affordable. They don't want to come out and become, get rich out of this. They want to just create a great experience for you, and by making it much more affordable. So $25 a pop, that's actually a really good price. So let's take a look again. We'll click on Get Tickets. So these are the last 4 days: today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. So if you click on the dates, you can also see the times that are available for those days. So you'll want to definitely reserve those tickets now, because again, you only have 4 more days that you can check that out. And by the way, heading out to Nash Ranch, well, let's take a look at hours and rates. So yeah, they're basically open daily until 6 p.m. They got pumpkins and squash, which is priced per pound. So all you got to do is just, put it in one of the baskets that they have, those carts, and they just weigh it out and you pay them. It's $8 per person. Oh, that's the corn maze. And then, of course, you've got the haunted house, the train rides. I mean, they got all kinds of great stuff here for the family as well. And again, very reasonable pricing. I love how Nash Ranch is very family friendly, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg to do all the different cool events that they have. The farm and animal petting zoo. There's no cost of the little kids play area. The straw bale maze, no cost there. There's a mini corn maze for the kiddos at $1 per child. And of course, they got food and beverage concessions, parking. There is no general admission cost on weekdays. However, Saturdays and Sundays, there is a $4 charge for the car. And that's the donation, which will be collected by the organization hosting the parking fundraiser that weekend. So what's really neat is, even though they charge for parking on the weekends, that's money that goes to different organizations that are organizing the parking for the weekend, and that money that you donate goes to that particular organization. So again, just a very family-friendly organization there at Nash Ranch. Had a great chance to talk with Bob, and we're going to probably do some more segments for him out there. And I do plan on staying in contact with the folks over at Dreams of Darkness, because again, they've got a lot of great plans as we progress and go into the next year. And they are super excited and super passionate about this project. So just a lot of fun. So be sure to check that out. All right, folks, that is going to do it, of course, for our my hair again, getting a little disheveled again this morning here. But now let's get into your forecast, and we're going to go into our deeper dive forecast, which, as you know, we do have sponsors here at Weather NorCal and for Coffee with Krueger, which is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. All right, there's a frost advisory this morning until 10 a.m. for central and western Siskiyou County. Temperatures dropping down into the mid to upper 20s, low 30s. And there's a frost advisory until 9 o'clock this morning for Del Norte and Humboldt counties this morning. So just something to kind of keep aware of. As you can see here, it's cold in Alturas, 21, 28 degrees for Susanville, 31 for Quincy. And we've got those temperatures in the mid 50s, give or take, for most of us in the valley right now. We got 43 for Crescent City and 38 degrees right now in Eureka. So our headlines: it's dry and mild the rest of the week, with cooler and unsettled this weekend. Now the highs will be dropping below normal by really as early as Sunday, but through all of next week. We've also got rain and snow next week. And some of these storms that pass through next week are also going to possibly kick up those winds a little bit as well. So a little bit of everything out there. I just don't see any major storms heading our way as we kind of look down the pike here. So let's take a look at the satellite image here. So you've got this spinning area of low pressure right here. This is approaching our area, but it's going to stay to our north. And as it approaches, it will weaken. And as it weakens, the rain will also weaken as well. So as we go into Saturday, there you can see that area of low pressure. Now it's pretty much just gets eaten up by the ridge that's off to our east. Then what happens is we got this nice, healthy trough of low pressure right here. Now within that trough of low pressure, you've got the main area of low pressure right here. And you've got these bands of rain that are going to be kind of pushing in our direction. So the first band is right here. That could impact the north coast Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, but for the most part, I think everyone should stay dry through Saturday. Then we've got another band of rain right here. This will intensify and get a little bit stronger. As you can see here, by Sunday, it moves through. Now, I think the heaviest rainfall will be on the coast, but everyone else will be looking at the potential for some measurable rainfall. You'll also notice we're not seeing the coldest air has moved in just yet, so snow levels probably still fairly high on Sunday, probably above 5,000 feet or so. But you can still see trough low pressure. There's some more bands of rain in there. That shifts eastward, and then so we've got more showers entering the picture on Monday of next week. Also a colder air mass. So snow levels could drop down to as low as 4,000 feet on Monday. Now again, this is nothing heavy, so we're not talking about, crippling, roadways with, closing them off or chain requirements or anything like that. But we may start to see some of our first snowflakes for some of those lower mountain communities. Then as we go into Tuesday, we're going to be between systems. You can see this right here. This next line, that'll be approaching, could be here as early as Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening for the coast, but once again, I think everyone else, for the most part, will be dry for Tuesday and even Wednesday. Now, you can see this trough low pressure has got some cooler air associated with it. That could bring us off and on chances for showers for Thursday and maybe even going into Friday of next week as well. Now, what we're seeing here is, again, nothing major, not a ton of rain, not a ton of snow for that matter, but you can see we're really kind of opening the doors. See how we have what we call a zonal flow type pattern. And that's when the jet stream is fairly flat. And you think of these storms that travel along the line of that jet stream. So you can see more coming in behind that as we go into that next weekend as well. So yeah, more of a cooler and unsettled weather pattern as we go through next week, which means off and on chances for rain and below normal temperatures in the forecast as well. Now take a look at the forecast for rain totals through at least Thursday of next week. There you can see where's that main footprint, where's the heaviest rainfall? Yeah, to the north and west, especially Del Norte County in parts of the coast. And then we see less in the valley. Now, do not take these numbers to be exact. I always have to remind you that these are just estimates. And, the amount of rainfall that we end up seeing is most likely going to be a lot different than what you're seeing here. But what I like to do with this is just to show you, hey, here's the overall pattern that we're seeing. Most of the rain to the north and west, pretty typical, especially when those storms coming from the northwest and moving down to the south and east. Now, we could be picking upwards of, from now all the way through the end of next week, the potential for 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall for parts of the valley. That's not out of the question, and maybe a little bit more than that for some of the higher elevations. But overall, it's not a ton of rain. And really, snow-wise, take a look at this. We're going to take you through next Wednesday. Now, I think it might be overdoing it for places like Mount Shasta and Etna and Bernie. But as I mentioned, those snow levels could drop down to as low as 4,000 feet. That could equate to the potential for a dusting of snow in Alturas, maybe a dusting of snow for places like Chester as well. So yeah, we could be looking at some of the first snow of the season for some of those lower mountain communities. But when we look at the overall trend here, the long range, the Climate Prediction Center has us more in this what we call equal chances of above normal or below normal rainfall. What that basically means is There's a 33% chance it'll be wetter. There's a 33% chance it'll be normal. And there's a 33% chance it'll be drier than normal. So you get the idea. Yes, we've got some rain in the forecast, but again, as I mentioned, it just doesn't look like a lot. But what we do know is it's going to be a lot cooler out there. We're going to be going from the mid to upper 70s in the valley that we're seeing here for the next couple of days to the mid to upper 60s. So about a 10-degree drop. So temperature is staying below normal. And, once the temperatures drop, they stay there. So again, there's those mid to upper 70s through the first half of the weekend. Then that nice drop in the temperatures, we keep it in the mid to upper 60s through all of next week and into that next weekend. It looks pretty refreshing, isn't it? Much more cooler out there. The wave heights for today shouldn't be all that bad. No small craft advisories. Now, as we go into Friday, with the approaching storm, we could be looking at the potential of those wave heights increasing, especially going into Saturday and Sunday. But in the meantime, no advisories. Winds from the north at about 5 to 10 knots, and your waves from the northwest at 4 feet at about 7 seconds. So here's your forecast for today, your detailed neighborhood forecast, and we're going to start off with Trinity County. So what you'll notice here, today, tomorrow, Saturday, I've got you dry and keeping those temperatures right around or above normal. But then there's that chance for rain Sunday, Monday, and then dry again for Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Let's take it to the south with about 73 degrees for a high today in Hayfork, 69 for Forest Glen, and 69 for Mad River. Now, for the North Coast, as early as Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, we may see a chance for a few showers with that better chance for measurable rainfall Sunday into Monday. And then maybe as early as next Wednesday once again. 63 degrees for a high today in Ferndale, 65 in Fortuna. There you can see 64 degrees in Rio Dell. We take you up north with Trinidad, about 67, 61 for Eureka, and Hoopa and Willow Creek, mid to upper 70s for your daytime highs. Let's take you up north. Smith River, about 66, 67 for Gas Key, and there's Crescent City with a high of about 57 degrees. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, Highway 96 corridor, upper 60s, upper 50s to low 60s for the I-5 corridor. We're dry through Saturday, showers by Sunday and Monday. And for Scott Valley, temperatures right around 60. Fort Jones about 60 and 61 degrees for Callahan. Let's take you up to the central and northeastern Siskiyou County. Temperatures low 50s off to the north and east, and there you can see upper 50s to low 60s along I-5 there with Mount Shasta City about 62 and 63 degrees for McLeod. There's a look at your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. A high of 56 degrees for Newell, 60 for Canby, and Alturas you'll see a high of about 58 degrees. Dry through Saturday. Showers Sunday, Monday, and again that snow may be down to about 4,000 feet. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be looking at those drier conditions. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, Bernie, you're dry through Saturday. You're going to be hovering around the mid to upper 60s through Saturday and then down to the 50s by Sunday and through next week. Showers by Sunday into Monday, and then another chance for showers by really as early as possibly next Wednesday. There you can see, taking a look at your Lake Almanor and your Lassen Park forecast, 61 degrees for Manzanita Lake, 64 degrees for Chester, and Westwood about 59 degrees. We take you to the south, where there you can see Paradise topping out at 72, Mineral about 63, and Doyle topping out at about 60 degrees. And here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. We got those temperatures in the mid-70s, 75 degrees for Corning, 76 degrees for Red Bluff, and 75 degrees in Durham. We're dry through at least the first half of the weekend. Then by Sunday, we've got that rain in the forecast that continues into Monday, and then dry once again for your Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking at your 7-day outlook for Redding, upper 70s through Saturday, and there's that nice dip in the temperatures, about a 10-degree drop, really. We're going from upper 70s to, on average, upper 60s, and that's for starting Sunday with that rain, showers on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, we're going to dry things out again before maybe another chance for showers near the end of next week. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to finally see those temperatures really start to drop. It's nice to see the rain, although I was talking to Bob over at Bob Nash over at Nash Ranch. He was a little concerned about the rain that's going to be coming in on Sunday because this is the last weekend that you can get your pumpkins. So he is hoping that the rain holds off through a good portion of the day on Sunday before we start seeing that rain, so we can kind of get that one last little push of people coming in to get their pumpkins last minute before, of course, they kind of close it down after that. So, yeah, it should be some good weather for it. Do you have any big plans over the weekend? You know, one of the cool things that I think a lot of people like to do this time of the year is to take a look at the fall foliage. And, you know, we'll take a look right now again at an image that was sent in by Tracy Sackett. This is out in Fall River Mills, and, you know, kind of a nice representation here that we're seeing with some of those yellow colors. We're starting to see those fall colors begin to come out. So when we take a look at the current fall foliage out there, this is just kind of an overall general estimate as far as what we're looking at here when we're talking about the current fall foliage. But here you can see the areas in yellow, which is the valley and the surrounding foothills, kind of in the low color. We haven't seen much change here in the valley, although there are some colors out there for some of us in the valley. But most of the change has been to the north and east of the valley. And those really deep reds, that's actually past the peak color. But looks like we really have some good colors to the north and east of the valley right now. And we're beginning to see some more of that change in places like Trinity County, central western Siskiyou County, and Del Norte and Humboldt counties, starting to see some more of that change. In fact, if we go out to October 28th, we're really starting to see more of that moderate and even high color for places north and west of the valley here. In fact, you can see in central Siskiyou and western Siskiyou County, kind of getting a lot of into that peak color. But yes, a lot of those deep, deep reds in there indicating the past peak color, especially in Modoc County, Lassen, and Plumas counties, and basically generally to the east of the valley. But if you want to go out this weekend and explore the mountains and check out some of those beautiful fall colors, this might be a good weekend for it. So I would highly recommend going out, taking some pictures, sharing them with Weather NorCal from the free Weather NorCal app, and I think it will be a gorgeous sight. I love going out and checking out those colors. We've got Lisa Stevens saying camping at Hat Creek this weekend, a bit of unplugged time. I don't know. I don't blame you, man. That's always so nice to get out and just kind of unplug, get away from it all, and just kind of get out and enjoy nature. And, you know, I think when you're out in Hat Creek, you're going to have some nice colors out there. So take some pictures and share them through the free Weather NorCal app, Lisa. I'd really appreciate that. That'd be fun. Terry Murray, as that is saying good morning and have a wonderful day. Chappie's actually saying yesterday was so windy. I almost had a Chihuahua kite. Oh, man, I tell you what, those little Chihuahuas, they can blow away in the wind, can't they? Yeah, it was definitely windy, and it's still a little windy out there this morning, but those winds, no need to worry, they will subside here later on this afternoon. We've got Curtis Brown saying good morning from 7 miles west of Red Bluff. Windy all night. Yeah, it was. We got Wanda Gray saying good morning. We got Tracy Sackett, good morning. Quite a windy night last night in MacArthur, and cold. Good morning from a wood fire and hot cup of coffee again. Janet Conrad saying, good morning, Mike. Well, there's a new name. Haven't seen you here, so thank you for checking in this morning. And we've also got Bill Carlton saying good morning. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at the calendar real quickly here, see what's going on here for today. National Bologna Day. Not a big fan of bologna. I'm not going to have bologna, that's for sure. National Food Day. I think every day should be food day, right? That's just a day to celebrate. Excuse me. That's it. That's for today. And of course, tomorrow we've got some new national holidays as well. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us this morning here. Let's get you back to that really cool map. Again, what do you have plans this weekend? Big plans this weekend? Not big plans this weekend? What's going on for some of you this weekend? I know, like I say, I'd like to maybe go out and explore some of those fall colors. Once again, there's a look at some of the cameras that we have around the area. Be sure to go to weathernorcal.com for your latest forecast. Also, if you haven't done so already, download the free Weather NorCal app today. It'll go with you. If you travel anywhere across the nation, it will let you know what the forecast is wherever you are. I don't actually have anything to do with that forecast, but it's always fun. And it gives you any watches or warnings wherever you may be as well. So get that free Weather NorCal app today if you haven't done so already. Go to weathernorcal.com for the latest. You can also watch the 24-hour streaming channel from weathernorcal.com, from Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, the works. So be sure to check it out. In the meantime, have yourselves a great Thursday, and we'll see you right here again tomorrow morning on Coffee with Krueger at 7 a.m. Have a good day.
Thank you.